A new license plate will make its debut on Nebraska vehicles next year, following its official unveiling yesterday by Governor Pete Ricketts. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Governor Pete Ricketts and First Lady Suzanne Shore unveiled Nebraska's newest license plate that will debut next year. The new design showcases energy, including Nebraska's ability to create energy and the power of our minds to empower genius. Ricketts says the idea came from an existing mosaic in the Capitol building.
At the end of the day, Fred, it is the genius of creative energy. So it represents that idea. And again, you can look in our state and you can see that all across the state. I mean, our ag producers, for example, are all small business people that look to be able to find solutions to problems every day to be able to feed a growing world.
The First Lady says creating a design was much more challenging than expected.
We're obligated to use certain colors. We're also obligated to have a certain font size for that in Nebraska, and it has to be positioned in a certain place. So there are lots of limitations that go along with this. I originally thought when we started, you just find a nice, attractive image and you stylishly plop it on that plate and you're ready to go, and I couldn't be more wrong.
Rhonda Lamb with the Nebraska Department of Motor Vehicles says the new plates will be issued starting in January. Well, Chadron businessman and Dawes County Commissioner Levi Grant and former restaurant owner Mimi Wheeler Groves have died of injuries suffered when their motorcycle hit an antelope Monday morning in Utah. The Utah Highway Patrol says the couple was westbound on Highway 12 near Bryce Canyon National Park when the antelope jumped in front of them. Their motorcycle struck the animal and they were both thrown from the bike. The 62-year-old Grant was pronounced dead at the scene, with the 61-year-old Wheeler Groves passing away Tuesday morning at St. George Regional Hospital in St. George, Utah. At the time of the accident, both were wearing helmets, which the patrol described as heavily damaged. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
High Plains Auto Club presents the 23rd Annual Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic. Friday, June 17th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gearing Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, and ice cream social. Saturday, June 18th, parade at 9 a.m., show and shine from 10 to 4, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by Dairy Queen, Dooley Oil, and KNEB Rural Radio Network.
Welcome back. A Bayard woman is facing a pair of felony drug distribution charges following a series of controlled buys conducted by the Wing Drug Task Force this past January. 38-year-old Roxanne Trevino made her initial appearance Friday in Scottsbluff County Court on charges of distribution of an exceptionally hazardous drug and distribution of a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of a playground. Investigators say Trevino sold 8.1 grams of methamphetamine in original packaging to a CI during two controlled buys in Scottsbluff, with one of the exchanges near a city park. A preliminary hearing for Trevino has been set for Thursday afternoon, with bond in the case set at $500,000 with a 10% provision. Well, a 42-year-old Scottsbluff woman has been sentenced in federal court for distribution of 50 grams or more of methamphetamine. Senior U.S. District Judge Joseph Battalion sentenced Shannon Rojas to 70 months imprisonment to be followed by a 4-year term of supervised release. In the fall of 2020, the Wing Drug Task Force utilized a confidential informant who purchased a total of 5 ounces from Rojas in Scottsbluff during 3 controlled buys. And a former Morrill County man given 2 to 4 years in prison on a conviction of first-degree sexual assault lost his appeal to the Nebraska Supreme Court. 33-year-old Nicholas Garcia was convicted on the charge last year for sexually assaulting a victim after they passed out at his apartment during the summer of 2019. In his appeal, Garcia claimed the evidence in the case did not support the charge by definition, and the state did not prove lack of consent to the jury. The High Court disagreed with both of Garcia's claims and affirmed the decision of the district court. Well, coming up after the break, we will head on over to the Panhandle Humane Society to meet their featured Pet of the Week. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Welcome back. For this week's featured Pet of the Week, we meet Casper, a 6-year-old pit bull mix that is ready to take you on an adventure. Casper is ready to be free from the shelter life and enjoy his time as a spoiled best friend. Staff says he loves to go on scenic walks, go on car rides, and snuggle up in a comfy bed to rest. Casper's adoption cost is $150, and that includes his neuter, microchipping, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Casper will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling him right away.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, today is one of the biggest days of the year for the Gering Public Library as they kick off their annual summer reading program. Youth Services librarian Kira Perez says there are age groups for everyone from infants to adults, and there are lots of great prizes for each group. She explains how they'll be working to incorporate this year's theme of Oceans of Possibilities.
It is an ocean theme this year, so I know for the kids we have story times all centered around oceans. We have a shark week, a pirate week. We have different people coming in. So the Edgerton Explore It Center is coming in and they're doing a program on sound waves. The Wildcat Hills are coming in and they're doing a program on fish. We have all different people coming in and doing different programs surrounding the ocean theme.
She says Gering Elementary students will also be competing against each other for a traveling trophy.
If you're in an elementary school, every time you check out a book, then you will bring it back and we'll mark it down on a tally sheet. So last year Northfield won our school trophy, and the school that wins gets to keep it at their school all year to show it off. So it's Northfield versus Guile versus Lincoln versus homeschool.
The kickoff celebration begins today at 3 o'clock at Legion Park, but folks can sign up anytime at the Gering Public Library. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.